In this video, you'll learn how to write the Band 9 Introduction for IELTS Writing Task 1. Before diving in, we'll go over some essential guidelines. First, let's explore the different types of graphs you might encounter in Task 1. Typically, IELTS Writing Task 1 includes 6 main types of visual data: line graphs, bar charts, pie charts, diagrams, tables, and maps. It's also common to see a combination of 2 types in a single question. Let's take a closer look at each one. A bar chart is a type of graph used to visually compare different categories of data. It consists of rectangular bars, where the length of each bar represents the quantity or value of the category it corresponds to. Bar charts can be vertical, column charts, or horizontal, depending on how the bars are oriented. In IELTS Writing Task 1, bar charts are commonly used to show comparisons between different groups or across time periods. For example, a bar chart might illustrate the number of students enrolled in various university programs or compare sales figures for 2 different years. A line graph is a visual representation of data that shows how values change over time. It consists of one or more lines that connect data points, illustrating trends such as increases, decreases, fluctuations, or stability. In IELTS Writing Task 1, line graphs often display long-term trends, such as population growth, stock market movements, or temperature variations. You might see graphs comparing sales across years or tracking unemployment rates in different regions. A table is a structured way of presenting data in rows and columns, making it easy to compare different categories and analyze trends over time. In IELTS Writing Task 1, tables often display numerical information about various subjects, such as population statistics, exam results, or financial data. A pie chart is a circular graph that represents data as slices of a whole, showing proportions or percentages in different categories. Each slice varies in size according to the value it represents, making it easy to see which category dominates or holds a smaller share. In IELTS Writing Task 1, pie charts are commonly used to illustrate the distribution of a whole or compare proportions across different categories. A diagram is a visual representation that explains a process, system, or cycle in a step-by-step manner. In IELTS Writing Task 1, diagrams often illustrate how something works or is made, such as a mechanical process. For example, how a car engine functions, a manufacturing process. For example, how coffee is produced, a natural cycle. For example, the water cycle, the life cycle of a butterfly. A map is a visual representation of an area, displaying geographical features, locations, and spatial relationships between different places. Maps serve various purposes, including navigation, analysis, and planning. In IELTS Writing Task 1, maps often illustrate urban development, floor plans, or geographical changes over different time periods. A well-structured response should clearly describe locations, transformations, and spatial relationships. Although different graphs have different distinctive features. Luckily, the way of the intro, structure, and length are almost the same. Before knowing intro, let's know the basic stuffs of IELTS Writing Task 1. Writing Task 1 Guidelines. Task 1 requires writing a report, not an essay. Task 1 contributes approximately 33% to your total writing score. Recommended time, no more than 20 minutes on Task 1. Word count requirements, minimum, 150 words. Standard, between 170 and 190 words. Maximum, should not exceed 210 words. Marking criteria, each category accounts for 25% of the score. Task achievement 25%. Coherence and cohesion 25%. Vocabulary 25%. And grammar 25%. 6 key points of Writing Task 1 Introduction. A strong introduction improves the first impression on the examiner and sets the tone for the entire essay. The technique for writing introductions remains the same for all types of graphs, tables, and diagrams. The introduction should be 1 to 2 sentences. Use clear and concise paraphrased sentences. Always check your graph for names, categories, and details. Keep your introduction short but informative. Paraphrasing in IELTS Writing Task 1. Effective paraphrasing and clear structuring leave a positive impression on the examiner and contribute to a higher score. Use the synonym of nouns. When discussing trends or figures, consider using synonyms of nouns to make your response more varied and natural. Data, figures, statistics, information. Trend, pattern, movement, direction. Percentage, proportion, rate, share. Difference, variation, disparity, contrast. Increase, growth, rise, surge. Decrease, decline, drop, reduction. Fluctuation, instability, variation, shift. Use a variety of verbs. Instead of repeating the same verbs when describing trends, diversify your vocabulary. Increase, rise, surge, climb, soar. Decrease, drop, decline, plummet, fall. Fluctuate, vary, undulate, oscillate. Remain stable. Plateau, hold steady, maintain. Shows, illustrates, represents, depicts, displays. Provides information about. Gives data on, presents details on, describes. Explains, clarifies, defines, demonstrates. Compares, contrasts, examines differences between. Highlights, emphasizes, underlines, points out. Adjectives for describing changes. Enhance your descriptions by using precise adjectives. Significant, notable, substantial, considerable. Gradual, slow, steady, progressive. Sharp, sudden, rapid, drastic. Stable, constant, consistent, steady. Minor, slight, small, marginal. Big, significant, considerable, substantial. Small, minor, marginal, negligible. Rapid, sudden, sharp, dramatic. Changing word forms, using different grammatical forms makes your writing more dynamic. Increase, an increase. Declining, a decline. Fluctuating, fluctuations. Use alternative time expression. Improve time expressions for a more polished response. In 2010. During 2010, over the course of 2010. Between 2010 and 2020. Over a decade, throughout the 10-year period. From 2015 onwards. Since 2015, beginning in 2015. From 2010 to 2020. Between 2010 and 2020. Over the years. Throughout the decade. During the given time frame. Within the observed period. In comparison to. Compared with, relative to. At the beginning of. In the early years of. Let's explore some examples of introductions for various types of graphs. Would you like sample introductions for different graph types? The bar chart illustrates the percentage of how parents in a country spent time taking care of their children in the evening in 2022. Summarize the information by selecting and reporting the main features and make comparisons where relevant. The given bar chart depicts the proportion of time parents in a particular country dedicated to caring for their children in the evening in 2022. The data illustrates various caregiving activities undertaken by mothers, fathers, or both parents together, providing insights into patterns of parental involvement. Line graphs. The charts below show the changes in ownership of electrical appliances and amount of time spent doing housework in households in one country between 1920 and 2019. Summarize the information by selecting and reporting the main features, and make comparisons where relevant. The given charts illustrate the trends in household ownership of electrical appliances alongside the corresponding changes in the amount of time spent on housework in a particular country between 1920 and 2019. The data highlights shifts in domestic routines over nearly a century, showcasing how advancements in technology have influenced household labor. The map below shows the development of the village of Rymouth between 1995 and present. Summarize the information by selecting and reporting the main features and make comparisons where relevant. The provided maps illustrate the transformation of Rymouth village over the period from 1995 to the present. The changes in infrastructure, residential areas, and recreational spaces are depicted, highlighting notable developments and comparisons between the two timeframes. The three pie charts show the proportion of four kinds of vehicles used in the UK in 1996, 1985, and 2005. Summarize the information by selecting and reporting the main features and make comparisons where relevant. The given pie charts illustrate the distribution of four types of vehicles used in the UK across three different years, 1985, 1996, and 2005. The data highlights changes in vehicle preference over time, reflecting shifts in transportation trends and usage patterns. The diagram shows the process of producing smoked fish. The given diagram illustrates the step-by-step process involved in the production of smoked fish. The process comprises multiple stages, from initial preparation to the final smoking and packaging, demonstrating how raw fish is transformed into a consumable product. Perhaps you have already grasped the basic idea of how to write a Band 9 introduction for writing Task 1. Later, I will thoroughly explain all the ins and outs of IELTS Writing Task 1 with meticulous detail.